Well, the clouds party for the total solar eclipse, but they're back tonight and bringing some thunderstorms. Thanks to you for joining us. Izzy's off tonight, and I'm Chris Lawrence. Right now, these storms are moving through areas to the east and southeast, bringing heavy rain and hail. Jesse Ortiz shared some photos with us, including one where he's holding a handful of small hailstones that fell in Mesquite. Ortiz told us his truck's been hit by hail and debris. The wind tore some leaves and branches off nearby trees, dumping them on his vehicle. And here's a look at heavy rain and small hail in Sunnyvale. Mike Ferris showing the downpour on his back porch and pool. Take a look at some of the other pictures our viewers are sending in right now. It's mostly dime-size hail, some slightly larger. If you're posting to social media tonight, you can tag us with WFAA Weather. And now let's get to Pete for what's happening outside right now.
Well, Chris, the worst of it tonight was indeed in the Mesquite area and also Sunnyvale. Again, as you mentioned, just some small hail there, but we're still under a tornado watch to the southeast and east of the Dallas-Fort Worth area. That's until 1 o'clock in the morning. That does not include the Metroplex. Corsicana and Athens, though, you're under that watch until 1 a.m. West of Dallas-Fort Worth, the severe thunderstorm watch in effect until 11 p.m. And then just east of Dallas, we're under a flood watch until Wednesday morning, actually through Wednesday morning till lunchtime on Wednesday, due to 2 to 4 inches of rain with some isolated 5, maybe up to 6 inch amounts. As we look right now across the Dallas-Fort Worth area, we have just a scattering of thunderstorms. And as I mentioned a moment ago, Mesquite has been the strongest and most intense storms of the night. But up to the north here in northern Denton County, moving up into Cook County, just kind of a sliver here of Grayson County. We have a thunderstorm that's right on the Cook-Denton County line that's producing some quarter-size hail. That thunderstorm will arrive in Tioga at 10:08, Valley View at 10:09, Collinsville at 10:19, Cook at 10:24, Gainesville at 10:26, and Thackerville crosses the river, hits the casinos at 10:46 with some quarter-size hail. Off to the west of Fort Worth, a non-severe thunderstorm here in Parker County on the west side, just to the west of Weatherford. Some non-severe thunderstorms to the west. Here's Young County, Graham, Olney, Throckmorton. We have some thunderstorms right now, maybe some quarter-size hail in those locations. So that's the way the radar looks right now. Here's the timing. Look at the heavy rain of the thunderstorms here in East Texas. East Texas is where the tornado threat is for the next several hours. We're watching thunderstorms to the west start to roll in. There they are at 1 in the morning, 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning. So overnight tonight towards sunrise tomorrow, thunderstorms are in the forecast. It's on and off throughout the night and on and off tomorrow night, Wednesday, before it all ends late Wednesday night. But Mesquite tonight is where the most intense thunderstorms have been, and that's where our Sydney Persing is. And Sydney, you've seen some decent thunderstorms there tonight with some heavy rain too, haven't you?
Pete, we have. We've been driving around DFW for the last several hours, but as you mentioned, we landed here in Mesquite. We've been looking for a bit to see if we could spot any significant damage here. We haven't been able to yet, but if you look hard enough, you are able to find some tree limbs down, some leaves scattered in several parts of Mesquite. We're going to pull up some video for you now, though, because as you mentioned, we know that this area was hit earlier by some hail. A viewer named Greg sent this in. You can see that really coming down in this video again that he sent us earlier this evening. Before we were in Mesquite, though, we were down in Ennis. While we were there around 7 p.m., we certainly felt some heavy bands of rain, again, just after 7. And while I was in Ennis, I was speaking to some folks, as you might be able to guess, that were in town, out-of-town visitors here for the eclipse. Just before that weather moved in, they told me they were a little bit nervous because they heard that, yes, everything is bigger in Texas, including our weather. Thankfully, though, like I said, just rain down in Ennis for them. So thankfully, their RVs were in all good shape and they were okay. Nothing too substantial to ruin this otherwise very exciting day, as we know, for so many across the area. Chris.
All right, thank you very much, Cindy. You know, Pete and the weather team will be watching to see if more storms develop overnight, and we invite you to open the WFAA app and turn on notifications to be alerted of any storm warnings. Search WFAA in your app store and download it if you haven't already done so.